The time is 7:34. I will call this public hearing and regular business meeting of the Mayor and Council for the City of Snellville, Georgia for Monday, November 11th, 2019 to order. I would like to take just a moment. It is Veterans Day today, so if anyone is a veteran in the audience, if you'd please stand up so that we could recognize you. And Roger, we appreciate your service to our country. We also have PAC 65, who's earning their Arrow of Light badge tonight. They're here with us tonight. And then I didn't get the Boy Scout troop number that's in the back as well. They're working on their communications badge.
Troop 504.
Troop 504 is here with us as well, observing the meeting. We'll start with the invocation by Rabbi Jesse Charn from Temple Beth David.
I'm honored to be here tonight to acknowledge all military veterans for their service to our great nation. I am a veteran of the Israeli Defense Forces, and I value the close bond America and Israel have. Military service is something that helps put life in perspective. Every role in the military is important and contributes to the safety and security of the American people and the American way of life. These men and women made a commitment to our country. Now it is our duty to see to it that they are taken care of after their military service ends. May all of our veterans be blessed, instill in them pride in their service and ever-increasing love of country. Grant to each of them good health, loving families, and abiding faith. Instill in all of us here this evening gratitude to those who have served in our military, and to the support networks for our veterans, the husbands and wives, loving partners, mothers and father, and sons and daughters. We have the privilege to be a grateful nation working to enhance the lives of those who have served in our military. We commit ourselves to pursuing peace, though we also understand that in our current world there is hate, cruelty, and war. We long for a time in which, as it is written in Isaiah chapter 2, verse 4, Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, velo yilmadu od milchama. A nation shall not lift up sword against nation, nor shall they learn anymore. We are not there yet, though we strive for the blessings of true peace and security. Thank you. Blessings for us all.
Thank you, Rabbi. And now we'll have the pledge to the flag by PAC 65, if you'd like to come forward.
Thank you all for rising already. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. Next, we'll go into our ceremonial matters. We have two people getting sworn into office tonight. I will take my oath of office for the mayor's post, and Mayor Pro Tem Emanuel will take his oath of office for council post 1. Judge Melody Snell Connor is here to administer the oath of office. took me a while to talk my husband into coming tonight. Hello, good
And
to
I
see
got dressed
you.
up. I don't have my jumpsuit.
Normally, he has his Adidas tracksuit on.
I'm going to be official.
Absolutely.
I am honored to be here tonight. Of course, I am a native of Snellville, even though I don't live in the city limits right now. But born and raised in Snellville, and so I'm honored to be here tonight to do this. Actually went to high school with her husband.
I swam in her swimming pool at her house.
We're on Snellville here. But I'm very excited to be here. So, Mayor Bender, I'm going to get you to raise your right hand, put your left hand on the Bible, and then repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Barbara Bender,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will
that I will
faithfully perform
faithfully perform
the duties of mayor
the duties of mayor
of this city,
of this city,
and that I will support and defend
and that I will support and defend
the charter thereof,
the charter thereof,
as well as
the
the Constitution and laws
Constitution and
of
laws
the state of Georgia
of the state of Georgia
and the United States of America.
and the United States of America.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Thank you.
I'm gonna bring your picture and tell the story.
I'll let you go ahead. I'll let you, I guess you can sign there, and then I'll do where I did. I'll sign this one. And so then you can sign that one, yeah. And you swear all these things, that you're not the holder of any unaccounted for money and any office of trust other than the mayor, and you're otherwise qualified to hold the office of mayor.
Yes. I swear and affirm.
I've signed on many a sticky note. Date yours, and then you can just take those back up there.
Awesome.
Perfect, there's your two.
Dave's going to use this.
Yeah, okay, perfect. He's gonna bring you something. Do you want to go ahead and do Mayor Pro Tem Emanuel's, or wait just a minute? There he comes right now. You have to come back down.
So the story goes, I was in Venice on business a couple of weeks ago. No, they can hear me. Y'all can hear me, right? Okay. So, and I walk in the streets, and I was told to go to this one place to get dinner. And in Venice, they close the restaurants at 3 o'clock. And I went by this place at 5 after 3. I'm like, what time you guys open? 7. So it's like, what do I do for 4 hours? So you walk around Venice, and you eventually run into a street vendor who does charcoals. So I got that, so she can hang it in her office now that she's officially the mayor.
Hold it up, close window, so we can see it with you. I got it perfect, go up. There you go.
It's a little big for the wall of mirrors, correct?
Yeah. And so this happened in 1993. She hangs this right next to me. This is what I do on my day off.
Oh, come on, Brett, hold it up.
Well, I know the city is in good hands, and congratulations, Barbara, and I'm excited for our city and excited for you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
All right,
Dave?
and so we want to do
Next.
Mayor Pro Tem, Mr. Emanuel, if you'll step down. Hi.
Hiya.
How you doing?
I'm fair to middling. Better than I was this time last week.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, good. I'll let you stand right over here, and you hold the Bible. Put your left hand on the Bible. Raise your right hand, and I'll let you take this oath, sir. I, state your name,
I, Dave Emanuel,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will
that I will
faithfully perform
faithfully perform
the duties of Council Post 1
the duties of Council Post 1
of this city,
of this city,
and that I will
that I will
support and defend
support and defend
the Charter thereof,
the Charter thereof,
as well as
the
Constitution and laws
Constitution and laws
of the state of Georgia
of the state of Georgia
and of the United States of
and
America.
of the United States of America.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, sir. Thank you. And so I'll let you sign and date that, and then I'll witness that I administered it. And then also, you swear that that's the same one, and
Same
that
one
you're not
only.
the holder of any unaccounted for money, and you're qualified to hold the said office.
Well, now we're getting to questionable stuff.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Oh.
All right, I'll sign, no, you're good. That's where witness, that's okay. All right. Yours goes there, but we're
Yeah.
just going to go here,
There we go.
and I'll sign too. It's all good. Tony won't care.
And while they're completing the paperwork, I'll just announce, you'll notice post 2, there was an election for that post as well, which is Roger's seat. He'll be retiring here shortly, but he'll continue to serve. We have a runoff in that race, and so the two candidates with the highest votes were Brittany Marmol and Solange Destang. So they're still at it in the election. So we have the runoff election will be December 3rd. Early voting will start as soon as the ballots come in from the state, and Melissa will let us know when that is. But hopefully in another week or so, maybe? We hope. So that there'll be early voting for a period of time before the December 3rd election. So just a reminder that there is the runoff, and we need to make sure people still come out and vote for their favorite candidate. And we have one more oath of office tonight, and that'll be Betty Ann Kuman, if you will meet me at the podium for post 5 for the Board of Appeals. Okay, I have 2 copies, so I'm going to read one, and then you've got one to refer to. Okay. You'll raise your right hand. I, Betty Ann Kuman,
I, Betty Ann Kuman,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Georgia,
the Constitution of the State of Georgia,
and the Charter and ordinances
and the Charter and ordinances
of the City of Snellville,
of the City of Snellville,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
faithfully perform the duties
faithfully perform the duties
of the Board of Zoning Appeals
of the Board of Zoning Appeals
during my continuance therein.
during my continuance therein.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. I need you to sign on the first name and both. No, you're good. Thank you so much.
I just noticed I had a couple of my uncle's pictures up there on the wall. That was a lot of fun. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you.
Here, hold it.
Are you going to be the witness?
Yeah, and I'll bring one up for you. Gotta do it quick.
Thank you, Betty. All right, next we will approve the minutes. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the minutes of the October 28th meetings.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. That is 6 in favor and none opposed. Okay, we have no invited guests. We have a committee and department report from the Planning Commission, Chairman Kingsbury.
At our last meeting in October 22nd, we considered a recommendation from the city attorneys as it relates to billboards. And it was ZOA 1905, meaning that it was amendment to the text. And it was a consideration and recommendation on a text amendment to Article 12, signs of, for the amending the 2001 zoning ordinance, and to add a section 12.10A. It relates both to the reduction of signs and to the electronic boards that are now being popular all over. Thank you. Any questions?
Any questions for Mr. Kingsbury?
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. All right, next we'll have the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the agenda for the November 11th meeting.
There's a motion to approve the agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. That's 6 in favor and none opposed. The motion or the agenda is approved as presented. We have one item under our public hearing. It is the first reading on ZOA 19-05, text amendment to Article 12, signs of the 2001 zoning ordinance to add section 12.10A, billboard conversion and reduction. Now, this is just a first reading, so we will not be taking any action on this. And as Chairman Kingsbury just described, this is a change to our billboard ordinance. I think most of you are aware we have 6 billboards in the city. Is that correct? We have 6, and we've been in negotiations with one of the owners of the majority of the billboards. They'd like to convert some of those to the electronic billboard signs. And we've been able to negotiate with them to reduce the number of billboards in exchange for allowing them to swap over to electronic signs with some controls. So what we're doing in this amendment is to put in those controls on what the conversion would be, what's allowed with the conversion and with the electronic billboards. So with that explanation, is there a motion?
Motion to waive the first reading on ZOA 19-05 to place it on the agenda for a second reading and public hearing for November 25th.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. That is 6 in favor and none opposed. We have nothing on the consent agenda and no old business. Under new business, we have item A, consideration and action on ratification of the November 5th, 2019 general election results. The results were mayor unopposed, Barbara Bender, 1,093 votes. Council post 1, Dave Emanuel, 989. Cortez Ryden, 211. Council post 2, Wanda Blow, 90 votes. Solange Destang, 567 votes. Brittany Marmel, 496 votes. And Thomas Mwambe, 39 votes. Since no candidate received a majority vote for Council Post 2, the runoff will be scheduled for Tuesday, December 3rd, between Solange Destang and Brittany Marmel. Is there a motion to ratify the results?
Mayor, make a motion that we that we turn on our mic first. Make a motion that we approve and ratify the vote totals of the November 5th, 2019 general election.
There's a motion to ratify the vote. Is there a second?
Second.
So motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. That is 6 in favor and none opposed. Next, we have item B, consideration and action on second reading, ordinance 2019-19 to amend portions of Chapter 34, Health and Sanitation of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Snellville, Georgia, to repeal conflicting ordinances and for other purposes. Councilwoman Schultz, if you'd like to make a comment before we take a motion.
Basically, what we're doing with this ordinance is adding vaping to our smoking restrictions on city grounds and in city buildings and city vehicles.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve ordinance 2019-19.
There's a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
So motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. That is 6 in favor and none opposed. And next we have item C, consideration and action on approval of route design consulting contract. Is there a motion?
Madam Mayor, make a motion that we approve the contract for route design dealing with the town center.
There's a motion to approve the contract. Is there a second?
Second.
What this contract does, Route Design Studio, is Michael Kidd. He's a landscape architect who has helped us with the town green improvements and also the improvements right across Oak Road by the Veterans Memorial along 78. We're hiring him as a consultant to help with, just oversee the landscape and the parts of the town center project that the city will be responsible for, just to look out for our interests. So it is just a consulting contract on an as-needed basis. Motion to approve and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. And now we'll go into council reports. That ends all of our business on the agenda. So we'll start with council reports with Councilmember Warner.
Gosh, I always get to go first. I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight, particularly our Boy Scouts and our Cub Scout pack. It's very important for our youth to understand what government does and to not think that we're some big scary building that all this really important stuff takes place and all the people are stuffy, and that nothing's further from the truth. So thank you very much for showing up tonight, and thank you to everybody else for taking time out of your evening. This is the best crowd we've had in, gosh, I couldn't even tell you how long. And naturally, being Veterans Day, I'd like to thank everyone who serves their country. Roger, thank you very much. And 2 other gentlemen who stood, nothing I could ever do would thank you enough for the service you've given to your country. So thank you.
Councilmember Marmol.
Thank you to the veterans.
Councilwoman Linsky.
Congratulations to Mayor Bender, and congratulations to Mayor Pro Temp Dave Emanuel. It is a true pleasure to serve with you up here. Your leadership has been outstanding. Please, for everybody, if you could just please put your thoughts together to get the weather a little bit colder and a little bit of precipitation all of us teachers could really use a day. And if we could have a snow day or an ice day or something this week, lose power, something, I'd really appreciate your assistance on that. And of course, to all of our veterans, for your bravery, for your hard work, and dedication to our country, we thank you.
Councilwoman Schultz.
Well, I'd also like to extend my congratulations and best wishes to Mayor Bender and Mayor Pro Tem Dave Emanuel, and I certainly echo what Councilwoman Linsky said, that they provide exceptional leadership, and we're very, very proud to serve with them. And of course, I thank those veterans in the audience too. We're very, very grateful for your service to our country. I did have a piece of news from the community garden. Y'all will probably recall several years ago that we had some events to raise money for the pavilion in the garden, and we got the pavilion built, but we never could get the slab poured under it. We had problems with sinkholes, and then we had a tremendous problem just even finding a concrete person that would do the job, because it wasn't a very large job. And we finally found somebody, and we were able to get the slab poured at what we felt was a very good price. So now we're really looking forward to working with our master gardeners in the spring and getting some nice plantings around the pavilion and making that look a lot nicer. And we're grateful for that. We had an excellent extended season market, about 20 vendors participating, so it was really good. And I'm sorry, but I'm getting over a cold.
And Mayor Pro Tem Emanuel. And Gretchen, by the way, she's been up for about 24 hours now, returning from a cruise trip overseas.
With my daughters, yeah.
So Tony and Mayor Pro Tem up here have been poking her every time she looks like she was dozing off. Dave.
Thank you. I'd like to thank everybody who voted in the previous election. It's a vital part of what we do, is getting people out to vote. We have another election coming up December 3rd, and I want to encourage everybody to, again, go to the polls and vote. There'll be early voting, so you'll be able to do it either before Election Day or on Election Day. Regarding today, which is Veterans Day, it consistently bothers me that we celebrate veterans on Veterans Day and so many people seem to forget about them the rest of the year. I wrote a piece on Facebook. I would encourage everybody to go read it. We owe our veterans a debt of gratitude we can never repay, and I think we need to remember them every day of the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. And now for the mayor's report, I too would like to echo a thank you to all of our military veterans. We did have a very nice and solemn ceremony Saturday afternoon at 3:30. Thanks to Kelly McAloon for putting together an excellent program again. For the past quite a few years, we've had the Gwinnett militia come out, and they really add a different dimension to our remembrance and our thanks of the military. So that was a great event, and would just love to see more people come out. We do this every Veterans Day and every Memorial Day to honor and to remember our veterans and what they do for our country. And I would like to thank everyone for their support and their encouragement. I did run unopposed, which I am eternally grateful for. It's been quite a year for me and my family this year, so it was kind of a relief not to have to actually get out in the trenches and run a campaign like we normally do. But it's been great. I mean, the encouragement and the support that I've gotten over the years on the city council and now as mayor has just been overwhelming. And I'd like to thank my husband, Greg, for coming out tonight, one. He hasn't left yet. Oh, okay. Bobby's keeping him in his seat for me. He puts up with a lot, especially in the early days. Sometimes I would come home very late from a meeting. Our meetings used to go till 10, 11, 11:30, sometimes midnight, and I'd go home and he'd already be in bed. And sometimes he'd make the mistake of saying, "So what happened at the meeting?" And it was like unleashing the floodgates, because it would usually take me a few drinks and a crossword puzzle to be able to settle down and go to bed. But he puts up with a lot. I appreciate his patience in allowing me to do what I do here for the city. And just, again, thank you for everyone who's come out and shown support and encouragement for me over the years. And with that, I will close the mayor's report, and we will open the floor to public comment. So if anyone would like to come up and state anything, got 5 minutes. Just come up and state your name and address for the record.
Tiffany Carroll, 2683 Parkside Way, Snellville, Georgia. I don't need 5 minutes.
Okay.
I just wanted to talk about the House Bill 316, the voter purge here in Georgia. Currently, the state has listed about 300,000 names to be purged. 22,000 of them are from Gwinnett County. A majority are young, older, or minority groups. So I just wanted to see if Snellville in particular had anything in place to make sure that they weren't being purged in error. So Thursday, they put out a report that said so far from that, there have been like hundreds of people that are on the voter roll removal in error. So basically their names are listed and they're going to be purged, but they actually did vote in one of the last elections. This is also the report where they talked about the 2017 voter purges. About 70,000 of the people that were purged went back to re-register, and 65% of those were in the same counties that they were purged from. So they were questioning whether or not they should have been purged in the first place. What else? I talked with Galeo, the Georgia Association of Latin Elected Officials, and they were saying that a lot of the counties, including Gwinnett, are doing things for the 2020 census, like hiring census takers to go out door to door, sending out 1 to 2, maybe even 3 notifications to make sure that every person is counted, which I understand why it's super important. I mean, obviously we get our resources and our representation based on the number of people, but I just want to see if we're doing anything like that with the voters' purges.
I would direct you right after the meeting to talk with Melissa Arnold, our city clerk. Here. She runs the city elections. I'm sure she'd be happy to go over with anything that we're doing at the voter rolls.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you, David Emanuel. Obviously, I was in the hospital, so I could not get to talk with you on Thursday, but thank you for agreeing to talk to me about this subject. I think you're going to do great things. I'm happy to have you in our city, so thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to say anything? Seeing no one else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
There's a motion. Is there a second? Second. There's a second. All in favor? Raise your right hand. That is 6 in favor, and we're done. Thank you all for coming out tonight.